Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Donald Trump, the man of peace, will solve all the wars on this planet. He's gonna bring peace everywhere. Well, I'm kind of joking and kind of not joking. He is involved in Ukraine. He was involved in Iran or the Middle East with Iran and Israel. With the intervention of the American Air Force, we're not going to discuss that here, a little bit. And now he wants to make peace between Hamas and Israel. But how? By putting pressure on Netanyahu, the prime minister of the Jewish state. So what do you think? Well, the thing is, we have some big interests, and those interests own people. So whatever those interests want will happen. I have here an article, a report actually, or at least a source, who stated that Trump is trying to make Netanyahu sign a ceasefire deal with Hamas. Do you think that's possible? Well, according to some reports, Israel was running out of ammunition when it was preemptively fighting Iran. So maybe it doesn't have any more ammunition to continue its flattening of. All right, let's start with the article. Yep, that's me right there. Sputnik. Trump pushing Netanyahu to sign Gaza ceasefire deal with Hamas, reports 5 hours ago. Now, do you think this guy can tell this guy what to do? Or do you think this guy can tell this guy what to do? Or do you think neither of these guys can tell either what to do? Or do you think that's a big interest somewhere else that controls both of these guys? And these guys are just playing around, but the finale is the same. And we're gonna find out. I think the last option is valid. US President Donald Trump has been trying to convince Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to sign a ceasefire with Palestinian movement Hamas in the Gaza Strip, Newsweek has reported, citing a source familiar with the matter. Don't you like those unnamed familiar sources? Sources familiar with the matter. And I'm quoting, "An agreement is very possible. The president is working very hard on convincing the Israelis that the time is right. Now that they have finished with the issue of Iran," end quote. The source was quoted as saying. First thing that is very dubious. Who has finished with the issue of Iran? Trump or Israel? The issue of Iran is not finished. The issue of Iran was pushed a little bit further into being reaching a finale, which is regime change. That's the goal in Iran. And it's not the America's goal, it's someone else's goal. So the fact that right now is kind of a quiet time is not because Iran begged for it. Someone else must have begged for it. And remember, presidents in the United States of America, they, what the fuck, my ass. They have an agenda, and the agenda is set mostly by the interests who promote each president. But these interests are not working on 3 years, 4 years, 7 years. They work on centuries. They work on, why? It's profit. Profit and is control. Planetary control. Planetary profit. Including some zealots who claim God gave them that and they are special and God will come back. That's a different story. But they are there over there and they're in some high positions. So this interest or these presidents know what the agenda is. And the interests are slowly moving the agenda forward. Like right now, it was not. I don't think it is Trump's time or the interest time to settle the score in Iran to get the finale, regime change, and become a vassal state, as many European states are, most of them. It's just a step forward towards achieving that goal. Because before this, United States of America did not strike inside Iran. So that you see, it's a step forward getting there. The next one is going to be attack on Tehran. The next one is going to be this and that. It's just steps by step. And people forget because the mass media will write and parrot the narrative. So they finished with the issue of Iran. For this little round, next round, they will pick it up again. So Israel is not over. Trump might think he is over. The key words, might think he is over. He's not over. Those guys will put pressure on him as dogs in heat. We're going to chase him till the end. And the other guys are going to be there. Do you think that Trump can put pressure on Netanyahu? I don't think so. I think it's the other way around. As a subordinate, or not subordinate. One is a general, the other one is a colonel. Got it? But the army is owned by his own, is led by a civilian, the interests. That's how you have to look at it. The civilian supposedly is in charge of the army and military, of the military, right? But you have different ranks. I think Netanyahu or any Prime Minister of Israel has a higher rank than any American president. Otherwise, they would not become presidents. If Trump would not be with a lower rank, he would not be the president of the United States of America. Or if he thinks he can surpass that, he's going to have a heart attack, a mini stroke, a mini helicopter accident, and that's it. We're going to bring the baboon who will accept that. All right, so that's with this. He's not going to pressure Netanyahu to do anything. Netanyahu, I think, is doing things right now only because he has to. Too many bombs, too many weapons used against Iran, and Gaza is, 90% flattened anyway. What's there? Ruins and people begging for food and water? Sounds like someone in the previous century would do. Here, he's hoping that those 60 days would lead to a resolution to release of all hostages and permanent ceasefire that could lead to negotiations over the future of an Israel-Palestine peace agreement. First, if those guys, the evil guys, release all hostages, nothing will change in Israel. Nothing. That's not Israel's goal. Israel's goal is taking land. That's what it is. Preferably without people on them. That's what it is. I mean, you can turn it, twist it how much you want. They need justifications, or they make up justification by interpretation. I interpret a situation the way it's beneficial to me to apply this policy on that. Like Gaza. Gaza is not, there was not, how do you call it, surgical strikes. Go and look at some pictures. I made a video with some pictures from there. That's a tragedy. That is a humanitarian, I don't want to say, it is a tragedy right there. And those guys have been living like that for how many decades? And not only. So Trump is going to say whatever he's going to say. These guys are going to wait. Trump is gone and they are at it. They're going to rebuild the Mediterranean Riviera on Gaza. Did you ask the Palestinians if they want that? And what would be the Palestinians' roles in that Riviera? What, they're going to be washing the bed sheets? They're going to be what? Washing windows? Or they're going to be at hotels registration? Is that what it's going to be? How do you call it? Not registration. Where you go over there and... Not registration. I can't remember the word. Fuck it. You know what I mean. We're going to take the key and so on. It's going to be the guys preparing your food without the... You know? What do you think they will do? Is this what they would like, do you think, the Palestinians? So it's not going to be any... A ceasefire will be when Israel wants to be. That's what I think is the reality. And Trump can play and so on. He's going to have a temporary ceasefire. He will have it. In the meantime, Israel will receive replenished their ammunition and whatever they need to. Trump goes away if he doesn't agree to attack Iran. And these guys will get at it again. Again. You have to look at the root cause of what's going on over there. And that's not that organization, this terrorism. It's not that. Look on the other side of the fence and you're going to find the root cause. And the root cause is a book. And not necessarily the book, but what's in the book. Someone supposedly promised to someone else's something. That's the root cause. And as long as that's a belief, and they really believe that's reality, you can't change that. How do you think? What do you think? We can't both own the same land unless we live in communism, supposedly. I own mine, and if it was yours, it's mine, and you're going to try to take it back. That's a root cause. But hey, my justification is only I've been told, that that particular land that you happen to own at one point, actually, he gave it to me. So you got to go. If you don't got to go, he's going to help me for you to got to go. Very clear and nice. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Trump is not going to make anybody do anything. He's going to just buy time for these guys to rearm. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.